Hey everybody, welcome to Jets Postgame Overtime, an exclusive live stream on SNY.TV. Our guys will hand out their full report cards from the game and much more, as we will hear from Muhammad Wilkerson, Jonas Schwartz alongside Ray Lucas, the coach Mike Westhoff, Chad Cascadden. Of course, the Jets losing 9-6 to the Rams to fall to 3-7 on the year. Let us begin with the offense. Ray, what grade are you giving them?
I'm going to go with the D. I mean, 3 of 12 on third down was a problem for me, and this is kind of a combination of Chan Gailey calling the play calling, because in the first half they were absolutely amazing. The handcuffs were off. They were running the ball all over the place and throwing the ball, but you still have to put those guys. You know, 3rd of 12 on third down, which is a killer, drive killers. Too many penalties on offense, which were also drive killers, and that interception at the end of the game, and of course him missing Robbie Anderson for an absolute 100% touchdown to me, Coach. I just gave him a D.
Okay, I ended up giving them a C, which is a combination of my two grades. I believed in the first half they absolutely earned a B. In the second half, they absolutely earned a D. And that's why I felt that way. So I'm combining them and ending up giving them the C. And I agree with Ray, because there was some misuse of personnel. I mean, I don't want to see Spiller running a route. I want Matt Forte in that situation. I want to let Bryce throw the ball downfield. So I looked at the tale of two halves.
Chad?
You know, I did sort of what Coach did. I did blended. I did a C. I thought the offensive line struggled a little bit against a really good defense today. I thought the running backs did a nice job. Receivers did okay, dropped a couple. And Bryce, this is his first game, hit some really nice throws on the outside. He's got some real nice zip. But then he made a couple of mistakes and he got some balls batted down. It happened. So for me, it was a C.
All right, let's get to the defense. Chad, what grade are you giving?
I gave him a B-, and I thought it was actually a positive game. Look, they stopped Gurley. He was 21 of 64. I thought that was real nice. While the defensive linemen may have not had a great game, as you usually measure them, I thought the linebackers did really well today. They were blitzing off the corners, screen was coming off the corner, and the defensive backs, although they let up some yards, they didn't let up any huge plays that cost them touchdowns. Look, 9 points against a team like this, I thought that was pretty good.
Mike?
I
gave them a B, and this game against this grade against this particular offense, the 31th ranked offense in the league, I think should have been an A. And they could have done that by turning the ball over, being all over that quarterback, forcing interceptions, getting the sack fumble, et cetera, et cetera. And to me, a real good grade for this quality defense should have been an A.
Right?
I agree, Mike, but I gave him a B too, because when you only let up 9 points, that's good enough to win the game.
I agree, Ray.
Again, I think, you know, when you look at the Rams, they were making a conscious effort to get the ball out of Keenum's hands very fast, short intermediate routes. I mean, Darrelle Revis, you look at what he did in the first half, he only gave up 11 yards in the second half. This defense came to play. You know, you don't see the big splash plays, but that bend don't break defense, because they were in the red zone. And let me tell you this, 8 plays in the red zone. Guess how many yards they have? -4. That, to me, could have been an A too, Mike, if they got some turnovers, but it's solid B for me for the defense.
Okay, obviously a week ago, Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson were benched for the first quarter due to being late to team meetings, as Todd Bowles eventually would leak out. Muhammad Wilkerson played a full game today. Here he is with the media.
But what do you feel like went wrong today?
I mean, at the end of the day, they made more plays than us. They, you know, scored more points than us. That's how we lost. We got to do a better job of getting off the field on third down. A couple of run plays we could have played better. You know, got stops, and ultimately just making more plays.
Well, obviously, you got some high expectations for this season. At 3-7, how do you kind of process what's happened?
I think going into the bye, everybody needed to just, you know, refresh their memories. You know, it's the tough first half of the season. You know, learn from what we did wrong, of course, get better at it. You know, the positives, make sure we continue that and build off that. And once we come back from the bye, definitely finish strong for the second half of the season.
Was it a bit frustrating that you guys defensive putting in and you didn't let them in the end zone at all? Does that make it even tougher to adjust?
I mean, at the end of the day, all 3 phases could have played better. Defense, offense, and special teams. You know, we really didn't get a spark from, you know, we didn't get no big plays really. And at the end of the day, you know, defense did an okay job, but we gave up, you know, 9 points, field goals, but still everybody could have played better.
Well, as a defense, when you know Bryce is out there making his first start, do you feel like there's more pressure on you guys to you know, there's less margin of error with him because you know the offense might be struggling?
No, no pressure. Of course, coaches, you know, had confidence in him. That's why they started him. And everybody just got to believe in Bryce and moving forward in hopes that, you know, he can make plays. at the end of the day, today that wasn't the case. Like us, you know, we didn't make too many plays on offense, but everybody can definitely learn from it. You know, all three phases, like I said.
What do you feel like you guys have to play for?
We have a lot to play for. We got, you know, with each other, pride. You know, we just got to make sure we stay confident. We can't, you know, get down on ourselves. Yeah, the record might not be what we want it to be, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we just got to keep forward. You know, keep moving forward, and put our head down and keep going.
How do you feel like you guys did against Gurley?
We did an okay job. Like I said, a couple of runs we could have played better, of course, and you know, they got a little bit more yardage than I felt that they should have had. But you know, like, we just got to play better. You know, blocks and get off blocks, and you know, do a better job.
How tough is that realization, knowing that here we are at week 10 and you're already having to play for pride and for the guys in the room?
That was week one. You always play with pride. You play with confidence. You play for your brother next to you. It's not just because it's week 10. You know, that's started week one.
But that's what it's left. It's down to.
It's more than that. You know, it's you're playing for a lot still. You know, you can't worry about playoffs and all that like that. One game at a time. We got a bye week. Everybody need to relax. Like I said, refresh their minds and come back and we get ready to finish strong.
Do you guys feel that you're better than your record shows?
We feel that we're confident. We're a confident team, and we feel that we're good and we're talented, and you know, on both sides of the ball. So we just got to make sure, like I said, we play better, and you know, guys, everybody else got to play better, do a better job, definitely.
Given all the optimism that you guys had, fans had about this team in the preseason, I mean, would you be stunned if you found out, you know, back then that you would start 3-7?
I think nobody thought that we would be 3-7 right now. But at the end of the day, that's what our record is, and we just got to make sure we're not playing down to that level, to a team that's 3-7, and you know, everybody's, you know, giving up. We can't give up right now. We definitely got to, like I said, keep moving forward, put our head down, and keep going.
All right, so that was Muhammad Wilkerson with reporters. Let's continue on with our grades. Let's go to the special teams. Coach, what grade are you giving the special teams?
This is frustrating, very frustrating, especially for me, because I have a lot of respect for Brant Boyer, their coach, but I give them a D, and you could grade them as low as you want. But let's make two comparisons. You know, Hecker, the punter for the Rams, has the third highest net in the National Football League. Edwards is 29th, though we're looking at polarized coming in. Tavon Austin, their return specialist, is really something special. And we have Jalen Marshall, who's like a walking advertisement for Advil. I mean, you know, come on, guys, he's frustrating. I mean, so you know, this is sometimes when you're a head coach and you're an administrator, you got to build the football team, and you got to build all parts of it. And I think sometimes the Jets are really struggling in this area, and it came to fruition today and last week, and this has hurt the Jets.
Chad?
I gave him a D also. Shocking. You know, nothing says that you can't score on special teams. There was plenty of punts. There was some kickoffs. You can make a sudden play. That's what's exciting about special teams. Marshall catching a couple of those punts and not getting it up the field, big problem. They missed the PAT. It could have been an issue down the road. It wasn't, but that's, you know, I know he was kicking against the wind. That's probably why the punter punted the ball 79 yards. At the end of the day, it's still a D.
Ray?
F. I mean, I get it. I get the grades, I get it, but you can't miss extra points, period. End of story. I don't care which way the wind's going. And then Marshall, if the guy's kicking the ball 78 yards, you don't go run back and chase it and catch it inside the 10-yard line. Let it go right out of the back of the end zone.
Let it go.
To me, too many big mistakes on special teams today. The fumble by Marshall, too, almost cost them dearly. Field position has been a problem for the New York Jets offense because of their special teams. All right, 2 weekends in a row, you can almost say that the special teams is losing games for the New York Jets. They got an F for me.
All right, let's move on to coaching. Mike, what are you giving the coaching staff?
I end up giving them a C. And again, it's kind of, particularly I think that the defense, they made some plays. I was expecting more big plays. I liked a lot of their blitzing. I thought that was pretty good, but I still expected more. This defense against that offense. On offense, you have two. I mean, again, the grades go back to my offensive grades. I thought it was a B in the first half and a D in the second, though it kind of balances out. I'm disappointed in that part of it. I still think Todd's bringing this team. They're fighting hard. I don't see anybody quitting. I would like to see a little bit more come out and smack somebody in the mouth.
Right.
I'm looking for that one, Ray, but this is where I felt they are.
Ray.
I'm right with Mike. I'm a C-. I think the first half with Chad Cascadden, especially that touchdown pass, the hook and ladder thing to me was absolutely sensational. But to come in the second half and put the handcuffs on your quarterback, listen, if they're going to play cover 2 and they're going to take away the big play, run the football. There's 7 in the box. And I ran Chan Gailey's offense. We ran a bunch of check with me's, run or pass, depending on how many people were in the box. I thought the defense played well enough to win. I also think that special teams has to pick their end up in some way, shape, or form. They have a long time between the next games. They got to figure out who they're going to put back on punt returning, because Jalen Marshall is not the answer. Because if he's the answer, what is the question? What is the question? So for me, C-. Again, I think it could have been a lot higher if they would just let Bryce Petty play.
Chad,
just let's let him play.
I gave him a B. On offense, I actually thought the game plan in the first half was A for the offense. I thought it was great. It was exciting. It was different, and Petty was executing it well. And then I thought it was almost a D in the second half, which to me blended the grade. On defense, I liked what the coaches did. It made sense to me. They went back to bringing the blitz, bringing Lee. He not only brought the blitz, but Lee ran that wheel route with the running back into the end zone for an incomplete pass. It's great to see the linebackers can run with those running backs. Special teams, I didn't think did very well. And that's partially execution, but partially coaching. Get the right person back there so that they can get some positive yards. There was no glaring coaching mistakes on any sort of timeouts or any sort of challenges. So overall, I just thought it was a B effort on the coaching.
All right, so that is everybody's grades. Let's head back to MetLife Stadium. Here's Janae Coakley with Lorenzo Mauldin.
Lorenzo, what was the game plan for you guys going in against this Rams team?
Basically to stop the run, stop Gurley, and make sure that he doesn't get vertical when it comes to the run game, and get after the quarterback.
You seem to be able to get after the quarterback. Walk me through those, 1.5 sacks you had.
Basically just, staying alive on the downs and being able to execute the plays that we ran throughout the week. And my motor just kept me going, and I just got to him a couple times.
What was the feel of this locker room after the loss?
It's unexplainable. It's just coming in, and we know we could have came out and fought harder than we did today, and just the thought of the loss, nobody really wanted to say anything. We just got to get ready over the bye week.
What do you do over the bye week? How do you approach it? You guys are coming off 2 straight losses.
We just basically keep our bodies healthy. We stay into it, and just know that we got a tougher opponent with the Patriots coming in.
What did Todd tell you after the loss?
He just basically said that we fought, we did what we were supposed to do, but we just didn't execute it at the top execution that we could have. So basically just come in Tuesday, ready to work.
What did the Rams do to you guys towards the 3rd and 4th quarter? Did they change things up for you guys?
They didn't change anything. They didn't do anything that we didn't see on film. We just didn't execute the way we were supposed to. So they ran the ball on us. They threw the ball. We just didn't play all 4 quarters.
All right. Thanks, Lorenzo. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much. So we do hit the bye week now. Jets 3-7. As Muhammad Wilkerson, you just saw him say, nobody thought the Jets would be here when the season started. Chad, what is the state of this team as we hit the bye week?
I've gone through games or seasons like this. We were 3-13 in '95, 1-15 in '96, and what I don't see and hear from these guys are fractions. I don't see total frustration and guys quitting. We saw guys quitting back in '95 and '96. So I actually think there's some positivity going into this. I think they know they're not going to the playoffs. I think it's pretty evident. So let's see what you got, New York Jets. That's why I think they should play Petty. They should move some guys around. They should continue to fight. But you also heard Mauldin just say, we need to fight a little harder. We need to execute a little better. And to me, that's where the coaches need to come in, and they need to start getting after these guys. But I think Bowles is doing a nice job of keeping the group together.
Mike, what's the state of this team now?
I think they're kind of where I expected them to be honest with you. This is exactly where I thought they'd be. But I did believe that this football team, could have beat the Dolphins, could have beat the Rams, could beat the 49ers, could beat the Colts, and I think they could do that. And then who knows what will happen against a really quality team. So that's what's so disappointing. The defense today played a little bit like we expected. The offense, we saw some glimmers. So I look at every game as a separate entity. And you're trying to get better and you're trying to win every game, not so much that, every play. And the guys have to start doing that and looking toward the future for themselves. Every play counts.
Ray, state of this team.
For me, it's a little bit what Mike said, too. Like, for me right now, I thought the defense would be top 3. I think the defense, me going into the season, thought the defense would carry this offense. They had a great season last year on offense. But, again, when you look at it as a whole, you got Forte, you got Bilal Powell, you got a lot of pieces on the offense. I just don't think that it's hitting on all the right cylinders. You got a great running back that can catch the ball in the backfield. So do more of that. Where was the screen pass today? The last time, Forte or Bilal Powell, they catch screens, it's always a first down. Special teams, a big question mark for me going right now. But, again, it would be different, like Chad said, if I didn't see guys fighting out there and trying to win games. There is no folded tent yet, and I hope that there isn't for the near, because there's a lot of football left. I mean, gentlemen, we got a lot of football left to go. So for me to see a Todd Bowles team that's still getting after it, it's a good sign. You know what I mean? There's something to build on.
No doubt. That'll do it for us here. For Chad Cascadden, Mike Westhoff, Ray Lucas, I'm Jonas Schwartz. Thanks for tuning into the live stream of Jets Postgame Overtime. Bookmark SNY.TV and thejetsblog.com for more coverage and analysis of today's game. We will see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.